Hi there. Good day. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as always, it's always a pleasure. My name is Gilbert Gwaze and welcome to Success Elementary, where we are studying one of the most magnificent book. I call it the Holy Grail of literature when we are studying Napoleon Hill because it deserves a moment of silence. This book was well crafted with just but 13 principles put together, beautifully structured to enhance, to put you in the right direction or to put you in the way for you to meet with success. It's such a beautiful day today. I have had a pleasant day of spending my day pursuing the things that I love doing the most. And amongst them this is one of those. So to just help support my dream and my vision of helping quite a number of people, I just invite you at this moment to just take a second and just hit the subscribe and notification button on this YouTube channel, because I upload these videos on a daily basis, and Success Elementary is a school that's just growing. The goal and the dream is to make an impact of more than 1 million people and to just share good information and put positivity and put positive energy out there so that there's not much that is going on that's positive. Even if you look at your news headlines, if you look at your local news, there's really not much positivity going on there. There is a whole lot of depressing stuff. So I figured that out, and I chose to go on this path and to embark on this path as a way of just diluting all that negativity and pushing it away by introducing a little bit of light. By lighting another candle, I don't lose anything. And so the journey is just beginning, and it's such a phenomenal journey. It all started off, it's now day number 150. Who knew we could pull it through to day number 150? But we have done it, and it's all part and parcel of your encouragement, your participation, and you finding the information that we are sharing here useful and transformational, as I would highly hope it would be. So thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. We introduced the previous lesson, the principle of masterminding, which is a deliberate exercise of choosing your acquaintances, your friends, your business partners, people who complement you. We're talking here of having a group of people, 2 or 3, even 4, a maximum of 8, whom you meet on a regular basis to talk constructive stuff, to talk positivity, to talk business, to talk advancement, to talk development, to talk everything but the negative stuff that is always going on all around us. I feel this principle of masterminding has been used to a greater extent by the most successful people on earth. I found that people mastermind in a lot of different ways. People mastermind even in churches. I've seen groups of people who take weekends out. Every weekend they can take a trip out where they can go and brainstorm. They can take a golf match out. They can take they can take a fishing trip. They can go on a fishing trip each and every weekend just to go out there and discuss the different opportunities that lie before them, and everyone putting out there the different challenges, and everyone being solution oriented and coming in and chipping in with a little bit of help. It could be financial, just be advice. It goes a long way in making you, accelerating you to the level that you are supposed to be. So this is the principle that we are diving into. The previous lesson we did the principles of the mastermind, because without the principles, just like in any group of people who are hanging together, if they are not governed by any set of rules, that group at the end of the day is only going to become a group of people talking willy-nilly, talking whatever comes around. But not all groups are going to turn out to be teams. The whole point of a mastermind alliance is to form a team, is to multiply each other's potentials, is like joining 2 or 3 or 4 batteries together to get that compound power. You see, when you've got a mastermind alliance that is strong, that is driven to be successful, it rubs off. I'll tell you this for a fact. It rubs off. The more you hang around billionaires, you are the sum total of the people that you hang around with. show me your friends, then I'll show you your future. Those are statements of fundamental truths. And Napoleon Hill has created a beautiful chapter which he says is the 9th step towards riches. It's a must that you are supposed to be creating a circle of trusts, a circle of people who are driven by the desire to be more, by the desire to do more, by the desire to accumulate. It could be riches, it could be health. You can have a mastermind in your body and wellness. You can have a mastermind in cooking. You can have a mastermind group in a lot of constructive things. The most terrible mastermind is to engage yourself or to create a mastermind group of people who are always talking about other people, talking bad about other people. They never aspire or they never hope to be anything other than what they are. They don't want to change. They want to stay the same. And their environment is slowly all about identifying problems and never solutions. That is a mastermind group that you are never supposed to be a part of. You are supposed to divorce yourself from such a mastermind group and try to be constructive and try to be positive for at least a month or two and see how much of a breath of fresh air that can be. You can join a mastermind alliance of people who are doing real estate. You can join a mastermind alliance of people who are in the same business as yours. You can join a mastermind alliance of people who are health conscious, of people who like exercising, of people who like to do certain things to people they love, to their families and all that. There can be a lot of different mastermind, but you have to deliberately choose which group you would want to be a part of. If none of any groups exist which you can go in and fit, you have got the power to create one. That's the whole point of the power of the 365 days of power consciousness. That's why I created, for you to realize that if you can't find any room where you can fit, you can make your own room. You've got the power to do that. You've got the mental faculties. You've got their talent and abilities. You've got deep reservoirs of potential to go out there and be something and start something and be someone and achieve something, because you've got only one life to live. So without wasting so much time, let's dive into the power, chapter 10 of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. The power of the mastermind, the driving force, the 9th step towards riches. Power is essential for success in the accumulation of money. Plans are innate and useless without sufficient power to translate them into action. This chapter will describe the method by which an individual may attain and apply power. Power may be definite, may be defined as organized and intelligently directed knowledge. Power, as the term is here used, refers to organized effort. Underline the word there, effort. Sufficient to enable an individual to transmute desire into its monetary equivalent. Organized effort is produced through coordination of effort of two or more people who work towards a definite end in a spirit of harmony. You see, this mastermind, this chapter on mastermind, for those of us who aspire to be married one day, or for those of us who are already in marriage, or for those of us who would like to attract a good partner whom they can spend the rest of their lives with, this is the perfect chapter for you, because it has got all the attributes of a good, developed, productive relationship. They have to be working towards a definite end and in the spirit of harmony. Bukatona pasina harmony, apasina growth iripitike, but only disintegration. The wheel is now in reverse gear. It's no longer in forward motion. So it's just a matter of identifying those gray areas and constructively research and get educated in the best way you can address your differences. Power is required for the accumulation of money. Power is necessary for the retention of money after it has been accumulated. So you see, there are two sides of the same coin. For you to be rich, it's not only going to be you developing an acumen of accumulating riches. or accumulating friends, or accumulating a circle of powerful people for you to be a power mover or a mover, a shaker, or a game changer. You're also going to have to know and master the art of retaining that which you have worked so much to gain. So in as much as you are pursuing money, as far as you are pursuing marriage, as far as you are pursuing whatever you're pursuing in your life, it could be a good health, it could be a positive attitude. Understand that once you get there, the next step is now to stay there. And you're going to have to develop the art of staying rich, staying successful, staying motivated and positive, staying in harmony with your partner. It's an art. So pushing I call it pushing the rock to the top of the hill is one part. But keeping the rock on top of the hill is the second part that you're going to have to learn the art of how you're going to go about it. And Napoleon Hill has got a perfect chapter of getting us to retain whatever we would have worked hard to gain. Let us ascertain how power may be acquired. If power is organized knowledge, let us examine the source of knowledge. So power, knowledge, he said in the chapter of specialized knowledge, knowledge is potential power. But if it's potential power and organized knowledge is power, and directly organized knowledge, specialized knowledge, directed, intelligently organized and directed, is the power that we are talking about, how then do you acquire the knowledge? Let us ascertain how power may be acquired. If power is organized knowledge, let us examine the source of knowledge. Unaiwana kupi knowledge yacho? A, infinite intelligence. This source of knowledge may be conducted through the procedure described in another chapter with the aid of creative imagination. Zvinoreva kuti denga, kuti infinite intelligence, it means the all-knowing. It means the spiritual source from which everything emanates or is manifested from. It means the mind. It means God can be a good source of all the information and problems that can be solved by that which is being referred to as infinite intelligence. Yes, you can get all your answers. There is a way of connecting yourself with that higher side of yourself. You have to know. B, accumulated experience. Unozozia say kutwakuzia through experience. Once you have decided on an idea that you want to pursue or on a dream that you want to achieve, it's the journey that is going to make everything worth it. It is the pursuit of that dream or that goal that is going to make all the difference, which is going to teach you the do's and don'ts. So B, you can get knowledge or you can acquire knowledge, specialized knowledge from accumulated experience. The accumulated experience of men, or that portion it which has been organized and recorded, may be found in any well-equipped public library. An important of this accumulated experience is taught in public schools and colleges where it has been classified and organized. You see, accumulated experience, you can also get it from study. All these stories that we are reading from what has been compiled by Napoleon Hill, there is a lesson, an underlying lesson for you to learn. There are lessons which are threaded in the story because there's nothing new under the sun. What you are going through today, some people have gone through worse, but they've come up with solutions. So how do you know the solutions? You go out there and study as much material and go through as many books as you can so that you can be a hive of solutions to a lot of different problems. You can create more options in many of the problems that humankind faces in their journey of life. C, experiment and research. In the field of science and in practical, every other walk of life, men are gathering, classifying, and organizing new facts daily. This is the source to which one must turn when knowledge is not available through accumulated experience. Here too, the creative imagination must often be used. Knowledge may be acquired from any of the foregoing sources. It may be converted into power by organizing it into definite plans and by expressing those plans in terms of action. So after you accumulate the knowledge, I have constantly told you this, if you don't then take the information that we're talking about here and go and implement it in your small business or in your place of work or in your church or in any other group or in any other activity that you are pursuing, you're wasting good information. And nothing is ever going to change if you do not start by putting the action to the words and to the knowledge that you know today. Examination of the three major sources of knowledge will readily disclose the difficulty an individual would have if he depended upon his efforts alone in assembling knowledge and expressing it through definite plans in terms of action. If his plans are comprehensive and if they contemplate large proportions, he must generally induce others to cooperate with him before he can inject into them the necessary element of power. This is Napoleon Hill on the first part of how you acquire knowledge. Acquire knowledge acquire knowledge through experience. Acquire knowledge through getting whatever other people have experienced. At the same time, you get knowledge through study from books. That's how you are going to get an understanding. So of the three things that are being talked of, what is your source of knowledge to this day? Was it school? If it was school, I would highly recommend that you add a little bit of more personal development to what you know already, so that you learn the tricks and tips of how to convert that which you know already into tangible. That's Parukuti, turning your ideas into their monetary equivalents. Because ukazichinja kuita mari, you can measure to the penny how far you're going or how well you are doing with your ideas or with your knowledge. But if you can't convert any of the knowledge that you're carrying today to a single penny, therefore which means somewhere, somehow, there is something that you do not know. There is something that you do not know, which you ought to know, which you ought to study and know. Kuti ndoita sei kuti ndiconvert knowledge or wisdom into its monetary equivalence. That's the whole point of this book that we are reading. Is to convert what you know already. Either wakazviverenga, either wakazvistada, either wakazviexperience. But can you turn that experience and that knowledge and that wisdom into its monetary equivalence? That's where the gem lies. That's where Napoleon Hill is going straight with Think and Grow Rich. How far have you thought about converting the ideas and the knowledge? How far have you gone with closing your knowing and doing gap? He's only trying to give you the encouragement and the desire to go out there and do what you are supposed to be doing. Stop procrastinating. Fear is the biggest thing that paralyzes dreams. You ought to know how best to overcome those fears. You ought to know how best to become productive. Those are the things that he is targeting with his book, so that it pushes you into action. He's not teaching you something that you don't know already. Trust me. He's just giving you tips and tricks to move your body into action, into pursuing any dream of your desires, so that you convert them to its monetary equivalence. Kana usingagone kuchinja ma ideas ako into money, zvinoda kuti pane zvinhu zvausingazivi. My mentor always told me, you don't know what it is that you do not know. What you don't know, you don't know. Kana usingaketa ukete sha. Chingotanga wambobvuma kuti pane zvinhu zvausiri kuziva. Because yes, you might know all the information that you know, but if you can't convert that information to pennies and dollars and cents, either in a bank account or into cash, that knowledge somewhere, somehow could be a burden and could be a cost. Because it's living in your mind, rent-free. It's even costing you the opportunity of living the life that you desire. So what is it that you know already, that you feel you know so well, that you feel you are knowledgeable, you can go out there and convert it into its monetary equivalent. Start today. Do it now. Because it's through the experience that you're going to learn to perfect the art of converting all that knowledge into dollars. Let's continue tomorrow by gaining power through the mastermind. We've got 3 sources from which we get information or which we get knowledge. It's through study, through personal experiences, or through other people. Now we are diving into deep in what is the role of the mastermind in those 3 ways in which we get knowledge and understanding. Up until we meet again, oh man. Like I always tell you, it's always a pleasure. Me hanging around here has been part of my dream for a very long time. I've made quite a lot of mistakes in business. That's my forte. And as we learn and as we teach each other on the principles of success, which we are learning from Napoleon Hill, well crafted, 25 years it took him, studying the most successful people on earth. My hope is you get a glimpse of what it takes to be successful. You can never take away the word action out of success or out of the success equation. You're going to have to start acting today and right now. So before you leave this page or to leave this lesson, I encourage you to just go and press the subscribe and notification button so that you'll be the first to know of every video that we upload each and every day. We are studying this season Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There's a lot of great stuff that is lined up for you. I've got a lot of live sessions that I'm going to be doing, which are hours long, because educating and sharing this information is my passion. So before you leave, I highly recommend go subscribe and press notification till we meet again in the next lesson tomorrow. Gilbert Gwaze is my name. Success Elementary is the page. Up until we meet again, go out there and follow your dreams. Cheers.